Portland City Commissioner Mingus Mapps wants to change the system that he's part of. He's been vocal about problems with the current commission form of city government. The Portland Charter Commission is now recommending changes to city council that voters will likely decide on in November. So Commissioner Mingus Mapps, welcome to Eye on Northwest Politics. And I really appreciate you being with us. Let's talk about the Charter Commission and wanting to look at changing the form of government of Portland. When people hear that, they may wonder what that is. Their eyes may glaze over, rather watch paint dry. But tell us what that is and why it's so important.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely pay attention to this one, folks. Every 10 years or so, Portland comes together to review our charter. The charter is like the constitution for the city of Portland. It defines what bureaus we have and how they go about operating. And right now we have an opportunity through reforming our charter to fundamentally reimagine and reinvent government here in the City of Roses. In particular, we're looking at changing the number of seats that are on Portland City Council. Right now, we have a mayor and 4 members of council. I know that the Charter Review Commission has come forward with a set of recommendations saying that we would have more representative government if we had more people on council. I think they're thinking about 9 to 15 folks. They're also looking at changing the way we go about casting our ballots for members of city council. They're looking at innovative ideas like ranked choice voting, where you might, instead of casting your ballot for the person you like best, like Mingus Mapps or whatnot, you might go, this is my top choice, this is my second choice, and this is my third choice for Portland City Council.
Well, let me ask you, what's wrong with how city council works now?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, what's wrong with Portland City Council is actually the third item that they're proposing, which is changing our form of government. Right now, Portland has a unique form of government. It's a commission form of government, which means that every member of council is in charge of the day-to-day operations of a handful of bureaus. So I'm the guy in charge of 911, the Water Bureau, and Environmental Services. The problem with that is that instead of Portland having 1 mayor and 4 members of city council, in practice, Portland City Council consists of 5 different mayors, each with their own fiefdom. And one of the challenges here is to get these different bureaus and get these different city commissioners to work together to solve the problems that Portlanders really care about. And, you know, when you see the city struggle with things like solving houselessness or getting permits out in an efficient manner, the reason why that is taking us so long and we struggle so much and underperform is because we divided decision-making amongst 5 different politicians. This is not the way any other city in America runs their work. It's one of the reasons why Portland underperforms. And one of the things I'm grateful to the Charter Review Commission for is they've put together a proposal to move us towards a more rational way of organizing the city. I think they're going to come forward with a plan to say, let's replace this crazy commission form of government with a city manager system where we have a single professional who works for city council but is in charge of the day-to-day operations of the city bureaus.
Would that give more power to the mayor as well?
Not necessarily. It depends on the details here. You know, there's generally 2 options when you move away from a commission form of government. You can either have a strong mayor system where the mayor is basically in charge of everything, or you can have a city manager system where you have an administrator who's ultimately in charge of the city. And under a city manager system, you would not be concentrating power amongst in the mayor's office in particular.
So you believe having a city manager, bringing in a professional who can focus on things, hiring, firing decisions, policy decisions, that makes it more efficient?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of our challenges right now is to get different city bureaus to work together. You know, I know Portlanders are furious with the state of houselessness out there, but one of the reasons why we struggle is we have about 5 different bureaus that play a role in solving houselessness. You know, it's not just a matter of providing housing. Houselessness is often also a mental health issue and a public safety issue. And if you're camping in a park, it becomes a parks issue. If you're camping on the sidewalk, it becomes a Peabody issue. One of the things that we have just failed to do over and over again is to get these different bureaus to work together to solve problems like, you know, getting people off the streets and into safe, supportive housing. We you see the results of what the status quo does. If we move towards a coordinated system run by professionals, I believe we would do much better.
So we've had Mayor Ted Wheeler on before, and this is what he said. He said, this is a terrible form of government. We all know it. The commission form of government has long been discredited. It was created in the early 1900s at a time when people didn't want to consolidate a lot of authority or power. Now people are seeing that is a folly. And that sounds exactly how you feel.
Yeah, I don't think this is particularly controversial. You can find no one in the city who defends the status quo or our form of government. It truly is obsolete, antiquated, and dysfunctional. I'm shocked. I kind of expected that there would be some pushback from some quarter in defense of the status quo, but we have failed so thoroughly that literally no one can defend the way we are doing things today.
Do you fear at all, and like in Clark County, different state, I know, but Clark County changed its charter. It went from 3 commissioners to 5. They basically cut the pay in half, and I know people who decided they're not going to run. Are you afraid if Portland changes its form of government that good candidates who would apply will be scared off because they may lose power, they may lose salary, and not want the job anymore?
No, I'm not. I'm a city commissioner. The purpose of this role is not to provide me with entertaining and enriching professional experiences. The purpose of this job is to make the city run better.
Gotcha. Do you have any big ideas right now for solving the homeless crisis that we're in, the violence that we're in? If the world were according to Mingus maps, what would you do?
Well, frankly, changing our form of government, especially moving away from the commission form of government, is one of the most important things we can do. Frankly, it is the biggest change that would come to Portland in about 100 years. I believe it would make the city work better and make the city far more rational. I think that's quite important. And in terms of our landscape, especially in the short to medium term. The good news is we're heading out of COVID. A lot of the challenges that we faced can be traced back to that. Also, our shelters have been at half capacity. Our jails have been at 70% capacity. As we emerge from COVID, I think taking advantage of and really using all of our infrastructure and all the tools in our tool belts will be increasingly necessary, and it's frankly just time to get the city up and running again.
We're almost out of time. Last question here. This is a long process. If voters vote in November, real quickly, will anything be able to get done before this is changed, if it's changed?
Well, that's why me and my staff get up every day and go to work. We are making important progress. I'll tell you, we make progress faster and further if we could finally throw off the yoke of this broken commission form of government. This is one of the fundamental challenges and broken things about our city.
Mr. Mingus Maps, we greatly appreciate your perspective.